Hi, Adelere. I just tagged Alessandra in the link for today.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hello, Scott. I assume that you're excellent.
Yes. Oh my God, Adelere. I have such a new imagination, and yes, I am. Thank you. I assume you are too. And I loved hearing Ryan on the call earlier.
Okay. Ryan is excellent. Is with his mom. We
Great.
are both they're both in the living room downstairs.
Oh,
And I'm
wonderful.
yes. And they're both actually excellent. Thank you.
Great. I am always happy to assume you guys are excellent.
Thank you for that. That's beautiful gift from you every time.
And
And
I
I
love
appreciate
renewing it. Oh, you're welcome.
beautiful. Okay, Doug. Let's begin. So we're looking at um trillionaires concepts, really. Okay. And glad that we're back to finish the study here. So I could just notify the rest of the group that we are live now, though. Okay, thank you. So, oh, thank you so much. Okay, so one concept we mentioned before is feel so big that you cannot fail. And I want to urge you on that concept again. Now, I was looking at the estates, my estate. So we have these dues reports of those who have paid their annual dues for the estate and those who haven't. So I was checking on the group yesterday morning, and then someone was all yesterday evening. So someone made a response on it, like, "Oh, this particular membership number, the bill on it had been paid." So that was when I realized, oh, they had actually sent the dues report in the group. Let me check. So I checked. I opened it. And I looked for my name, and yes, for the year it's been paid, which I actually did. Just confirmed that they had updated it in the sheet. Then I saw some other names, like two people who have like 2 units of houses here, 3 units of houses. The person who owns my house, by the way, is got 5 units of houses. Okay, 5 units of houses in the estate. So the total value of 5 units of houses in this estate would actually be nothing short of, yeah, 5 units, nothing short of 1 billion to 1 billion and 2 or 1 billion and 3, of course, depending on the total finishing. So that would be like 1 billion or 2 in the estate that he's got. And he lives in one, remaining for all let out. And I that actually in excited me. Of course, I could add to it the fact that I know he's also currently building another. But I looked at that and I wondered what separated him from others. Why was he's got five? Maybe some others have also got five, or maybe even more. I didn't check the entire list, but I just caught 5 units. I checked. It happened to also be his name, and I went, "Oh, really interesting." Okay, so what set him apart? He's got five, and others have got like just one. And by the way, he's the person who owns the house I'm living in at the moment too. So this house is one of the houses that he's got 5 units of, and he lived in this one before he just moved out when we moved in. So his family lived in this. That's its finishing is so grand, so beautiful. So I wondered what separated him from the rest, and it came down to that one thing as well, just feeling big. Now I'll tell you how that was what explained it to me. Again, you can face the your desires with, oh, if only I get to this much, at least this much, at least this much. And I looked at that talking with my wife of recent, we're talking about okay, we want to get some more cars. First, she said there's this particular car. I told her this is the car I'd love to give you on your birthday. It's a beautiful car. And she said, that's the car on my mind right now. Then we also decided, okay, we'd like to actually have another small car, another small sedan. We're looking at sedans we could get. Then we found one. And I said, okay, you know what? This now makes me really want it. This is so good. We just would love to have this one. And while we're looking at that, I looked at the price and I went, well, if we got this, we could just as well just get that one. And then split moment after, I said, and she said it with me, actually have as many as we want, right? And I mean, yeah, sure, we actually could have as many as we want. There's no there's no person who's actually giving us the number of cars to have, except we ourselves are the ones giving that to ourselves. And that's where you begin to see the differentiation between those who are like trying to, okay, let's just get another car. Okay, so we can at least survive with, two cars. We can let's be comfortable. And look at the attitude we had when we're looking at it. We encountered a situation that made us go, oh, this particular car, look at the average price. Well, what's the difference between this and that? We could just as well get that. But we like this too. So instead of going, okay, we've got to make a choice, either this or that, this just entered the picture. So we didn't go, oh, we've got to choose one of the two now. We both said at the same time. There's really nothing that stops us from having all of those cars anyway. Really, is there? Nothing. And that's a kind of feeling big. Maybe the kind of thinking that Fidelis had. So I was telling my wife later when we were talking, and I said, I want you to understand it this way. It's not that you need to have the money before you go for the goal. A lot of people think that is how it works, but actually, if you go that way, you'll never really do anything because you won't have the money to start with. Okay. So it's not really about having the money to then go for the goals. It's about having the goals and then the money or whatever else. The idea is money is one of the resources that get attracted to you to produce that result. For example, someone in the world actually has to be willing and ready to make it. If everyone in the world refused to make that thing, it doesn't matter the amount of money you have, it's not getting done. Do you understand? If everybody in the world decides they're never, ever making another Tesla, it doesn't matter the amount of money anybody in this world has. It's not getting done. So someone actually has to wake up one morning and say the one thing they feel valuable to do with their time is to produce that thing that you actually like and want. You attract that decision out of somebody. We literally actually put in 10,000 of people to work every day to fulfill all of our desires. Do you know how many numbers of people have to be involved in transporting your food from wherever part of the world it's grown from to the part of the world where you consume it? Right? So I said it's not really the money. You've just got if for example, and I told her, if for example, you decide on I just want to build a house. And I told her, I said, this is why I don't go, I just want to build a house. Because if you decide on, I just want to build a house, well, what's going to happen is you're going to make the money to build one house. It will be a dream come true. But that's exactly what you're going to have. The money to build one house. But you start with the other guy that just wants to build a house, got the money and built one house. But you start at the same time. The two of you started. But you go, I'd love to build 10 houses. I'd love to have 10 houses around this place. I'd love to have five there. I'd love to have two here. I'd love to have two there. I'd love to have one here. Okay. Now, what kind of money do you think you're going to get? The money to build one house? And she said, no, you're going to get the money to build 10 houses. So, yeah, that's right. Not only that, you're also going to get the resources. You're going to get the land. You're going to get the people. You're going to get all of the things that will come together for building or having 10 houses. But if you want that to happen, you can't start with, let me get at least one house. No, you've got to actually decide, I want 10 houses from the beginning. That's how you're gonna attract resources to do that to you. So pay attention here. Be big. Be so big that when everyone is talking about, well, build a house, get a job, have money, buy a car, you don't think that way. You just cannot. Oh, you're like, okay, if that's what everyone like, that's the goal of these guys. I can actually fund that for you. Is that all you want? You just want to build a house here and buy a car there? What's the cost of that? Total cost maybe 50,000, maybe $100,000, maybe $500,000. Okay, you know what? $1 million, no problems. I actually do that for you, just a gift for your birthday. Because I'm the guy who builds so many houses, I even lose count. The only person who really knows the number of houses I've got is the one person I pay in the world to make sure that he always reminds me of the number of houses I've got. Make your dreams so big. Dream yourself so big. The number of cars I've got, have forgotten the exact number of cars I've got. The only thing I remember now is the number of cars I buy in a week. How about that? Okay, the number of cars I buy in a week for myself. Oh, the only thing I remember right now is the number of cars I buy in a week for people. How about that? Oh, I just go out and like just buy it outright. $30,000 car, a $50,000 car, and I gift one like that. The only thing I remember right now, I don't remember my college loans. I don't remember my college debts or something. The only thing I remember right now is the number of people that I sponsor every month to go to Harvard, to study at Princeton, to do their masters in Oxford. That's the only number I remember. I don't even remember what my college debt was like. But well, you know what? I'm glad I remember the people that I sponsor. I don't even know how much I spend on there, whatever, but I'm glad I remembered the people I sponsor. See, Neville said something one time. Actually, there's this other thing I've mentioned before here. I'll remind you of it. But he said something one time. He said, and he was talking to the people who were in his audience, right? Who were listening to him. Because a lot of people also ask, like, if this imagination thing works, what about the stories of those who make millions? Well, do the people who actually sit in the audiences where we talk about imagination, do they really care to make millions with it? That's the question. Do they want to make millions with you? Or are they just like trying to like manifest if I could get a free heart? Because Neville shared this story. Actually more like an illustration. He said, now, the bulk of you, or a lot of people here who listen to this now, they're wondering what to do with it. And what they want to do with it is, to manifest the next dinner, just to get the next lunch. And he said something like that. Then he said, but those who are rich in this world don't use their imagination the same way. They actually use their imagination to think of what would feed the generation after them. He said that. He said they're planning for the future, for what it is to feed generations after theirs. Not what they're going to eat for dinner. I had so many nights that I was talking to my wife today, and I said, there was this amazing girl, actually has the same name as my wife, but she was she entered the university when I was in 200 level back in school. And she was really, really beautiful. And I liked her, but she had a boyfriend. And I was like, oh, okay, nah, not for me anyway. So we were friends. We were very good friends. Then I told my wife, I said, I'm glad that we didn't actually go on together because it took me some time to learn to use my imagination to do the things that I did. Which, if I had entered a relationship with her, I would have been under the immense pressure to let me quickly get a job, I would have done all of the things I didn't want to do. I'd have got a job, I'd have tried to settle down, I'd have tried to make an impression on her parents because she came from a well-to-do family. And I would have tried to show that I could do one or two things in the corporate world. But well, I didn't have that relationship with her in 200 level. So came 400 level, I was willing and ready to let go of everything just to figure out what I would do, even though there was no clue. But that's the idea. That's the point I'm coming to. I started at a point to dream what it's going to be like to live at home, work from home, have the money, have the family, my wife not having to worry about how to live. Just that. And have a private study, which means I actually live in a beautiful house. By the way, this is one. And I imagined that when at the time when I actually didn't have, say, breakfast or lunch to have for for the day, but I started dreaming that. Now, I want you to understand. I'm not saying you've got to put yourself under those extreme measures of life, under those extreme conditions to awaken your imagination. Neither am I saying that you've got to let go of a job or you've got to dismiss anything, any opportunity you've got right now. Not at all. What I am saying is, in the middle of that was when I actually began to dream where I am right now, that you can dream from any point that you are, but make your dream so big. So when others are mentioning, I'd like to have a job, they were saying, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I dared to say it was actually different from what everyone else said. But I dared to say, well, I see myself studying, teaching in my house with my kids, at least one. And I mentioned that, at least one. And my kids, at least one. And my wife at home. And I saw in that moment, I didn't want my wife to have to work, to have to wake up in the morning, hurry into an office or something. No. So I said it. 5 years, that's where I see myself. 5 years later, that actually happened. So when people are talking about, oh, I just want to manifest a dream home, the question is, what makes you want one dream home? Who gave you the number? Is that what you really want in your heart? Or are you like just reacting to what you've heard many times around you, with everyone in the world claiming that's the thing they want? Like, oh, I just want a dream home. I just want a dream home. Could you not have like 5 dream homes, 10 dream homes, 50 dream homes? Oh, you actually forgot the number. The only thing you know is the number of houses that you buy or build or finish building every month. How about that for your goal? Because the bigger you make your dream, the more power you give your imagination to step out of the current experiences that you know. And the more benefits you can see from the bigger dreams that you've got, the more boldness and courage you amass to actually dream them. This is how that works. Two of us, me and someone else, let's call his name X. Okay, Mr. X. So the two of us want to build a house. But I am dreaming though of building a beautiful mansion. And he is dreaming of just quickly building a house that he could just move into and stop paying rent. So he could just, like have something that would be in his name. And between the two of us, who's going to have the more money at the end of the day? Just just look at and say we attract, okay, money based on the the size of our dreams. So it's going to attract more money at the end of the day. I will. But you also know what actually this whole thing gets really hysterical is at the same time, who is going to feel like that much money is really little money at the end of the day? I will. He's going to, let's say, okay, I build a house, a mansion at the end of the day, and I build a mansion for 500 million naira, half a billion naira. And he builds a bungalow Okay, moderate 3 bedroom or 2 bedroom bungalow. And he builds it for um 30 million naira. Did you realize that to him, 30 million naira is going to be a lot of money? Whereas to me, 500 million naira is actually still going to be only a little amount of money. Why so? Because our dreams were bigger than each other to start with. So the way we even value or perceive the value of money became different. In other words, a person who is poor actually makes or the value, the perspective they have for money is every amount is so big. Like, you know what you're talking about? You're talking about a whole 5,000 naira. Whereas, so a person who is rich, oh, is it just 5 million naira? Okay, no problems. Do you understand that? I um I actually have made it's now by it's a habit now. I don't I don't like the sight of and don't touch this particular denomination in my country, 200 naira, 200 naira. I don't touch it anymore. I don't like it. Don't receive it. Okay. I see people sometimes they want to spray money and they will change money into 200 naira notes, and I wonder why on earth do you do that? Come on, just get at least 500, okay, to start with. Then you begin to, okay, you owed some money. Okay, so one day I wanted to pay someone some money and I didn't have any cash on me, but this person would only take cash. So I went to, we call them POS, where you collect money, you transfer, you collect cash, and then you pay. Or you use it for whatever you want to do. So I just said, okay, just give me 5,000 naira. And this person brought 1,000 naira note with 4,000 naira note in 200, a note of 200. And I said, you don't have um any other 1,000 naira or 5,500 naira notes? And she said, no. I said, oh, really? Okay. And I took the entire 4,000 naira in 200 naira notes and I handed it over to the person I wanted to pay. And I think I wanted to pay that person maybe like 800 naira or 1,000 naira at most. Okay. 800 naira or so. And I ended the old 4,000 naira notes to the person. Said, just take it, just go. Because I didn't know how on earth you want me to carry this. Looks like a lot of load, and it's actually little value. So it's going to be heavy on me. You can't put it on me. And I'm not going to be holding that. Where am I going to spend it? So no. So I didn't even keep it, just gave it out to someone else. But to that person or to some other persons, they can't let go of just 200 naira note as there is no change. Okay, well, we need change. There's no change. Oh, this particular person I paid, I remembered, actually wanted to sort some. Oh no, it's another one now. Wanted to sort something. Someone was asking for a change. It was 200 naira, and I said, "Hold on, you're going to keep my time for what? 200 naira? You know what? Don't worry. Here's the money. Keep the change, and let's go." To that person, it's a lot of money. I'm not asking you to embody their state. I'm letting you see a sharp contrast so you can actually discriminate between your old consciousness and enter into the new. And what's the new consciousness I'm asking you to embody? It's simple that you've got so much bigness in your dreams, in your goals, that the little things cannot even get you anxious. The little things cannot be how you define yourself. The little things cannot get you worked up. Oh, good. Oh, the Sultan of Brunei's brother did that, Adelere. Now they have over 3,000 cars. Like, right. Okay, good. Thank you, Scott, for sharing that. Like, that's a beautiful example. Now you could enter the state and go, we've got, we're not even, it's not so much about how much a car is. Okay, is this car 3,000? Can we get it for 2,000? People go, I want to buy a $3,000 car. He's bought 3,000 cars. And certainly many of them are actually luxurious. So he's bought 3,000 luxurious cars. Do you understand? The state I'm asking you to enter into. Now, millionaires and billionaires look up to us being so big, beautiful, Scott. Yes, that's it. Like millionaires and billionaires are going, I'll have to be like Scott one day, you know? And they're actually having interviews and they're saying, and he asked them at that point, uh, so who inspires you? Who's your role model? Oh, it's Alessandra. Well, it's Grant. I just really love how the kind of trillionaire he is. I really love it. It's beautiful. He did this, he did that, and he talked about this, and I want to be like that one day. I tell my kids, this is the kind of person we want to be in this family. Oh, who is your role model? Or who inspires you? Or where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, in 5 years, I see myself being like Scott, like Scott is right now. Oh, my role model is actually Anushka. Anushka is my I've got hundreds of millions right now. But I want to be like Anushka one day. I mean, who makes a trillion, $2 trillion? That's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, look at that. She's a great example. I tell my daughter to be like her one day. I tell my daughter that's the kind of woman that makes women proud. Just dream it. Dream yourself to be so big. That's what I'm asking you to do. It's not even difficult. It's so easy. Just dream. It's just a dream. Remember, we started with that. Larry Ellison said, the older feels like a dream. It's surreal. Feels like a dream. What do you mean it feels? You've got $200 billion and it feels like a dream? Yeah, like the first time I got $1 million just feels surreal like that to me. But now, here's where I'm talking to someone who's looking for $200. The entire thing feels so real, so stringent, so difficult. And he has 200 billion and he says it feels like a dream. So do you want to be a trillionaire? Well, make it a dream faster. Then Larry Ellison made it a dream to himself. And you're going to produce that in a much shorter time. That's our lesson today. So we're going to see tomorrow so that we can complete this latest Monday or Tuesday. So we're going to see this see tomorrow as well. Same time, same place. Until then, bye bye everyone.